Carson's Corner is a black LGBTQ-owned small business. They sell merchandise and apparel on pop culture franchises such as Dragon Ball, King of the Hill, Sailor Moon, and of course and most importantly, Power Rangers. If you're interested in getting their amazing merch, be sure to check them out at carsoncorner.com. Link will be down below.
Best match! Alright, here we go.
Best match, Mike and Coffee.
Error. See, coffee's not a best match for me. I'm more of a tea person.
Well, it depends. I can go either or.
Steve, coffee, best match. Mike, tea, best match.
And it sounds like I'm wired. No, that's not true. It's not true. I don't have a. I don't have a problem. I don't. No. I don't have a problem. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Hello, everyone.
Well, welcome
to the Rider Time Archive here on the Morphin Network. I'm Mike Time Rider Zero, your host, and with me is our special guest, Steve Vasquez, aka the Sin Prince. How are you doing?
It's cold out here in the sands, but what can you expect? Rocks and sand.
It's the sands, It's like it's crazy how like in deserts the weather's a lot more polar compared to say forests because it's like it's hotter in the day, colder at night.
And people in LA want to say that they get the hottest temperatures. Come to my side of California and tell me that, man. It's 120 on the baddest days, and then it's like almost 40, like between 40 and 20 below, like almost to the tens in temperature at night. No winds, but we get winds, and it's like, oh hell no.
Yeah, for me, it's like people always complain whenever there's even the slightest bit of rain in California, there's people are like, "Oh my god, it's freezing outside." I'm like, "You're joking."
I'm outside in shorts and that's it. I'm like, it's kind of like what happened with Japan World Heroes, where they were saying it was a flood, but I'm like, a flood by California standard is like 2 inches of rain on the ground.
For me, it's like even on the coldest day in California, it's still too hot for me.
I don't even go out on the hottest days, honestly. It's so bad. It's so bad. I'm just like, no.
But you're right about the whole like flood thing, because like I was expecting like a whole Kyogre thing to happen. It's like, oh, because it's like a like when you hear the word hurricane, you have expectations. Like, all our fans in like Florida know what we're talking about. Like,
shout out to the Florida peeps. They know.
Yeah.
Even at Texas and all of them, they know. Us people were just like, what the F is going on and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's like Hurricane California. That seems rather unheard of, even though we had one back in '84. But then when it finally showed up, it's like my entire neighborhood is closed up. My entire neighborhood is closed up. I couldn't go to Japan World Heroes on day 3 even if I wanted to, because I literally could not leave. I could not leave. It was barricaded.
Yeah,
barricaded.
I was surprised that when I left like the third day, obviously. Yeah. But it was like at the way end, and I was like, I got back, there was no problem, but apparently at night that's when it happened. So we got that hurricane very badly.
Yeah. So like when the current hurricane actually did happen in my neck of the woods, I'm like, 3 inches of rain, really? This is all we got? I missed Japan World Heroes for this? This is what I missed day 3 of Japan World Heroes for. And what's especially funny, said there was an earthquake during the hurricane.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a shake.
Yeah,
just like those bottles.
Yeah, so like Japan World Heroes, it's like Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire right there. But yeah, speaking of bottles, let's talk about Kamen Rider Build episodes 6 through 10. Just in general, what were your overall thoughts on this 5-episode batch?
It all had a recurring theme with where we left off. It all focuses on one person and what their whole, like, what is the deal with this one guy? And it just kept. I was like, what? And the shocking revelation, supposedly, of what he was doing or what he had created
Yeah.
in the set of
Or who he is
researching,
now.
or he is now. Which I'm like, it kind of, to me, I felt like it was hinting at it, which I'm like, I usually am good with those guessing things, especially when it came to Night Rogue. I was like, Night Rogue, I have a very, very strong idea of who you are now, especially with just like how your motives are, and especially this certain character who we will talk about.
Yeah.
And I was like, and as for Stock, that one was also like, wait. Because it's just like, oh. And the whole revelation, I'm like, yeah, I get, Katsuragi, you're behind all this, or you had something to do with all this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's actually something I really appreciate about this season. And remember how I was like comparing the season to Kabuto last week? It's the fact that we're building on a mystery that just doesn't resolve itself in just 2 episodes, and we're finding out more things, but also end up asking more questions about it. Like I like that kind of storytelling. It's like remember Heroes, like the first season of Heroes.
The only season that's worth watching.
I mean, to be fair, the second half of season 3 wasn't bad. That.
There was a writer's strike going on, if I remember. There was something going on in Hollywood. That's why it kind of went all downhill.
Season 2 was hit hard by the writer's strike. So like they literally changed the ending of season 2, and then they had to make season 3 off of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I stopped afterwards, but I heard everyone was like, "What the hell?" And I'm like,
Yeah. So like, there's supposed to be like a vial that's supposed to like affect everyone, like with a pathogen and stuff, and like at the end of season 2, like a character drops it, and then Peter tries to like stop it telekinetically. And in the official episode, he stops the vial, and like there's no pandemic. Jeez, that's saying that word just hits different now.
So much has changed. So
much has changed. It's a brave new world. But like the original plan, if the strike did not happen, was Peter would fail to stop the vial. The pathogen it gets released, and then the third season will be called Heroes Exodus, and the scene where Nathan collapses during a speech, like in the official cut, Peter from the future shoots him, but in the alternate version where it was supposed to be, if not for the writer's strike, he actually collapses because he was affected by the pathogen. And sometimes I think a lot of fans still wonder to this day, it's like, what would season 3 be like? But I do like season 4. The second half of season 3 though, because I like the scene where Nathan and Claire were in Mexico and she gets a ton of money. He's like, "Where'd you get that?" "Oh, I sold my kidney, both of them, twice." Like that is such a memorable line. But no, I love the Sullivan Carnival in the final season. So, but I think we could all agree there was never a 5th season. There was never a 5th season in 2015. That did not exist.
No, none of it. It just ended at that point. Yeah. And thank goodness for the shows that we are reviewing.
Yeah.
They have good writers and nothing affects it, obviously.
Yeah. So speaking of pathogens, turns out there are factories that are releasing a toxic gas, and it's revealed that this gas is what's being injected into smashes to turn them into smashes.
This gas is literally a sickness that mutates people into the smashes. Faust is pumping this stuff in the air. Mm-hmm. It's like those jets that are going around causing those lines. Mm-hmm. It's the crops. They're gassing us. They're making us into mutants.
Yeah, yeah. And if you thought Ozone was pretty bad in Kamen Rider Amazons, oh look at that! It's that guy from Kamen Rider Amazons. How funny how
Mm,
things tie together like that.
yep, it's all going in.
Yeah. But also like we do find out about the more about this at Sento's job in working at the Toto Bureau, and honestly, I like seeing him work at that office too. Like I don't know about you, but I like seeing Common Riders have jobs.
It's a bit more believable because sometimes it's like if you watch like past writers, it's like, what do you do all day besides fighting the monsters? Like, what is it? What is there? Do you go out? Do you have dinner with people? Is it kind of like a Superman thing where it's
Yeah,
like,
it's like
you know,
they mostly hang out at coffee shops all day.
yeah. It's like, there was AG with the with the restaurant.
Yeah, at least
Uh,
Eiji was doing odd jobs.
yeah, well, he was doing odd jobs. Um, I mean, I think other writers like Force had like a good thing because he was a kid, obviously, so he's doing kid
Yeah.
things.
Of course, it makes sense for him to not have a
Forze
job.
makes
He's a minor.
yeah,
He's a minor.
he's a minor, but he's doing minor things,
Yeah.
obviously, not
And
minor
Koto
things.
is also technically a minor, so like
It's like I think Gaim was the one that was kind of like, wait, they're a dance troupe and that's all they're doing. There's nothing else that's going on. They're just meeting other writers along the. What do they wake up and meet other people and they start fighting. That's pretty much it.
yeah, but like when it comes to Wizard, what are you doing, you lazy bum? Eating donuts all day?
Yeah, Haruto was like, "What are you doing? What?
Yeah, like
What are you?"
at least that one dude who's cross dressing, at least he has a job. He makes the donuts. You think making donuts is easy?
It's not easy. Definitely not. I've
Yeah.
had my fill of making donuts. They're not easy, but at the same time, it's like, well, at least you're making a killing with sugar donuts.
Mhm.
I mean, it would be nice if we tried the experimental ones,
Yeah.
but okay.
Yeah.
But yes, our build has a desk job.
Yes.
He has a desk job.
Yeah, and you could and sure you could counter argue and say that Emu from X8 works as
As a doctor.
pediatrics intern,
Mhm.
but the only
Intern.
people he interacts with are literally other writers who happen to also be doctors. Like
That's definitely.
if Brave was the main character instead of X8, then I would not be making this comparison because hey, it's his he has a regular job as as a surgeon. Okay, yeah,
He does.
but it's like I like that he has that he's interacting with coworkers that have nothing to do with his writer work. They're just there and they make jokes now and then, but it's gonna come. We're gonna come back to that a bit later. But we do get a bit of teasing though, like with it's like, oh, do you like Emu? It's like,
oh, I loved her reaction. It was just like, but then I was like, all the hot sauce she was just. I was like, is that Tabasco? Is this like a Mexican style, hot spicy sauce? Is this like Texas style sauce? It's a very bright color. How spicy is it?
Color reminds me of Cholula.
Yeah, that's seriously what I said. But by the consistency of it, it looked more like Tabasco.
Yeah.
But I was like, in my time in Japan, I don't know. I didn't really notice a lot of hot sauces on tables.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Like spicy chips in Asian countries do not taste like spicy chips in America.
No. It's below mild, I guess, to them. It's just spice. That's why I was like, is that actual Tabasco sauce that she's putting on? And not just a dab, not just a little. It's literally just she's spazzing. It's adorable. She's spazzing.
It is.
And finally, when he shows up, he says, I like, and it's like, yeah, it's just like it's hitting her so.
But it turns out he's actually saying a gap. I found a gap, but it's but it doesn't work as well. Like if you don't know Japanese, because it's like I like you is like two characters, and the word gap has
It's
3 characters, but they share the first 2 characters. So it's like
Asha Shiteru, I
yeah,
guess is something like that. I
yeah.
remember right.
So it's like thank you to like the subbers who shall remain nameless, because like if you did not translate that joke, it would have probably gone over a lot of heads for the
I
people
know
that
I laughed, but I had to rewatch it just to be like, wait, did I get that right? And, like I understand. So
yeah.
like,
So
it's definitely one of those that'll just go over your head if you don't know what they're talking about.
right. Yeah, you know, as our good friend Akane would say, I do not speak Japanese.
Nope, Akane's Korean.
Yeah. But wait, no, I thought Kane was half Japanese, half American. Hold on. Black. Hold on, because like I know he's from the United States. Give me a second. I wanted to look this up real quick. Okay, I know what. Oh yeah, Kosugi, Kane Kosugi. That's his name. Okay, but yeah, no, he's from. He's the first Toku actor to play to have the E-God of Tokusatsu. I did not know that. I knew he had the E-God. I just didn't know he was the first. But yeah, no, he's from America, so that works.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, that works.
But yeah, this is for you, Kosugi. I do not speak Japanese.
There you go.
Yeah.
We need subtitles, people.
Yeah, and yeah, we are introduced to a new character. It is a
I was actually watching this on my break at work, and one of my coworkers, so I was like, "What is that?" I'm like, she was asking this question, like, "What?" I'm like, "I think it's a dragon." I know it's a dragon, but I'm like, it's a little mechanism. So it's a little flying robot. Yes, it's a little flying robot, I guess you could say.
So I'm guessing like your coworkers not familiar with Tokusatsu, so they're like
barely anyone I know is into any of that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I am where I am in any of us. I think we all Toko fans all over. I think know this feeling, especially when it comes down to the nerddoms. Our interests are a lot more niche than others. Most people, obviously, they know anime, they know comics, they know what's popular. When it comes down to Toko, the only thing that people would even know would be Godzilla. But even then, people don't see it as it's
big
compared. Yeah, they don't. I mean, they obviously would know Power Rangers, but they wouldn't know the Sentai or the Riders, Garo, the Metal Heroes. So, I mean, it's interesting because a lot of people think I'm watching K-dramas.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say I wouldn't be surprised if like your coworkers thought you're watching like a Korean drama, because like K-dramas are really popular right now. So it's like, oh, I'm seeing a bunch of Asians speaking an Asian language. They must automatically be Koreans.
I mean, it's something, but I've gotten a few people to start watching a few shows simply by the fact of the actors themselves. That's the one thing that I say to just people in general, especially in the fandoms. I'm like, well, you watch that. Yeah, well, our waifus, our husbandos are real people, real actors that we see on camera besides hearing their voices. Not saying you can't, but, also it's shocking that a lot of these actors and actresses in these Rider Sentai Tokusatsu shows go on to be serials in Japan. So.
Yeah, no, you just gave me a hilarious idea of all like someone would have like a body pillow with a picture of Deca Yellow on it, and the thing is, it's like literally like full costumes Deca Yellow, just so that like on one day it's like this is my waifu Jasmine, and then on the next day it's like this is my other waifu Z Delgado.
Someone get on that. I fell in love with Jasmine years ago, and still to this day, Jasmine Nanami. Oh yes, you could say. I guess also Umeko as well.
Yeah.
I guess all the Sentai girls that have started from Hurricaneja all the way to Majirenja would be like considered my waifus at that point.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's like
Especially Jasmine. I
yeah,
would
like
put a
I
ring on
never
Jasmine.
really cared for Abare Yellow until I saw episode 4 of the show, where she had to fight that crow mint sniper thing, and it's like, oh, it's using like magnetism to like hover, like above the pavement, and then like the little boy that she was like protecting will like grow up to become a Nobel Prize winner. By inventing like hover technology based on his experience
That was
with
a Naba, right?
yeah, from Abba Ranger, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But like, uh, but I think my wife would always be Boken Pink just because Boken Red's my favorite. But also like she got a gun.
She Boken Pink was amazing, I think. But again, the actress only did Bokenger and then I think a few movies, and that's it. Now she is a mother.
Yeah.
And a housewife, and God bless her. I follow her on Instagram. So
Yeah.
Again, another one. I know we're off topic. Waifu, Miyu, or Miyu for Go on Silver.
Yeah,
love her. Love her. She is best Silver girl.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No. Like when Ninja was on TV, like everyone was always like going crazy for Fuka, but I'm like, I like Kasumi better.
Yeah. No. That's. I think we should have like one day do a thing for Sentai waifus or Sentai husbandos. I think the fans would love.
Oh yeah, do like a tier list.
Yeah. We should definitely do something like that because I mean, what is that not something we have our husbandos and waifus as well?
Oh yeah,
we have them. Except but they're real people. They're real. They're legitimate actors and actresses. So
yeah, they're not cartoon characters.
They're not animated. But I think we should totally
and better yet, not only are they not animated, but they're also of legal age.
Yeah, and they're not shady, and and it's very interesting the work process in Japan. But again, that we should really see about doing something like that,
right? Because it's when you're 14, there's no problem with like having a crush on like Shippuden Hinata. But the thing is, if you're 30, and Boruto Hinata isn't your girl, we might have a problem.
Yeah. Well, let's get back to
or at least Naruto the Last Hinata.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's get back to what Faust is doing. Those shady mofos.
So we sneak underground and we find out. Oh my God! This is the place where Banjo escaped from.
Yeah. Yeah, they fall into a hole because they're trying to. I guess they're trying to sneak in, but they couldn't, and then they just. Oh yeah, I'm gonna. Which kind of makes the thing. So diamonds are strong enough to repel lasers and powerful blasts, but the same writer who conjured said diamonds can break them like that with Gorilla Diamond.
I mean, Tokusatsu logic doesn't really make sense because
I know. I'm like, well, you stopped a massive blast last episode with Gorilla Diamond, but apparently you can break it so easily. Yeah, I guess it's your own power. I guess
it's like this. A lot of people don't have the right understanding of how diamonds work. It's like they're the hardest material on Earth, but it's not hard as in like it's completely impervious. It just means nothing can scratch a diamond except for another diamond, unless you get a proper laser. But the thing is, a lot of things can break diamond because they're so brittle.
Yeah, it's. I mean, why do you think they don't make armor out of diamonds? Why do you don't
say you can't make a bulletproof vest out of diamond because like
if that were it, I'm like, why are we putting them on jewelry if they're that, But again, what's
even weirder is that it's actually a very common resource. So it's kind of weird that like its diamond rings are even expensive to begin with. I mean, we know the history, but
that's a rant for another time. Because so, it's like, but yes, we break the diamonds and we go down, and Banjo just remembers everything. It's all coming back to him. It's all coming back slowly, and of course, our Kamen Rider for this episode, I keep flaking on his name for some fucking reason.
Sento.
Sento. he too is triggered because he's now reliving certain things as well. Apparently, he was here too. He was here as well. Oh my god!
Smashes.
They're both smashes. Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Yeah, and of course, like he, and of course, what's his name? Bloodstark injects what's it called? What's it called? The
Banjo.
Faust, yeah,
Yep.
Faust gets into Banjo, and then the little dragon thing does the whole like suck out the venom thing.
They
and spit it
were.
out.
I was like, this is why I kind of love this, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, you go up to the guy who kind of is a poisonous cobra. You know, his motif is poison, and you're surprised that his little needle just pricked you right there, and you're convulsing of venom. Is that really shocking? Why did you go? You know this, Banjo.
Yeah,
I know you're mad, but it's like, yeah, gets jabbed in the neck, and he's convulsing there. He's like, oh, here comes the little dragon, and does a kivat, just like.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it spits up the blood and then spits it out. It's like so this takes us back to Greg Eagles and Phil Lamar. Like, Dracula, I need you to suck out the poison. No, Dracula doesn't suck.
Well,
He's straight and lit.
Well, at least he jabbed him in the neck and nowhere else. I mean, would the dragon really like bite anywhere else to suck out the poison, like legitimately? But he does. He vacuums it all up in the most cutest little bite marks that are, and then they just disappear as like, yeah. But I'm like, wow, we're really going there. Banjo is turning black in the face. I'm like, oh, we're getting close to certain things that would not be
out of context.
Banjo
got a free pass to a Kansas City Chiefs
come on. I'm like, here comes the dragon. Focus on the dragon. It just, oh, okay. I'm like, wow. I'm like, Sento, did you invent it with that? Or is this thing sentient? Did it know how to do that? I'm like,
that's an interesting question. That's something I never really put much thought into. Like, I just saw it. It's like one of the gadgets from Kamen Rider Deli where it's like they can move around, but like I don't think they're sapiens. Sentient.
Yeah, sentient.
But
this dragon is apparently a multi-tool because I'm like, yeah, how did it know to do that? Okay, rider logic. So Banjo is saved, but Sento has gone nuts.
Yeah,
he has lost it because he now realizes what is going on and that he was there and that he is one of them. He goes, I'm like, I have not seen something like that since. You remember the movie 300 when the guy lost his son from the random guy? Yeah. I have not seen such anger in someone's eyes like that in years. And this is Sento just going nuts at Stark, just like wailing and just talk about it. Like, this is
Kevin
a kid's
Sorbo
show
versus Rocky Balboa.
this is a kid's show, right? Because that's the part where my coworker also had saw me. He's like, wait, this is a kid's show. And he is wailing on this guy in the red suit. He's like about to kill him. Yeah, he's really, really mad. He is really pissed off.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Yeah, it's a good show.
But I love what Banjo says to Senta because it actually goes back
to get a grip, and the whole episode he's been losing his mind.
Yeah, but also like remember what he said in episode 4, I think it was. It's like if you had to if I have to choose between being Billed and my memories, I'm gonna be Billed.
Yeah.
And then Banjo brings it back. It's like, remember what you said? If you had to choose between being Billed and getting your memories back, it's like, yeah, you're right. We got to save all the other inmates.
The inmates that are being tested on, along with his friend, I guess.
Yeah, his friend. Yeah.
Yeah, that's who they're fighting. Still is being manipulated by the gas. And yeah, Bloodstark is just going, but then he leaves. He disappears. Just like, what is your end game? What are you trying to get? Especially with
they
telling
blow
us
up the
that.
laboratory, but apparently, you can't just blow up the Death Star. You got to blow up the Death Star and kill the Emperor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the fight's not over, but we do get an interesting revelation in this one. Turns out that when he dropped off Taro to the job interview, the job interview, yeah, it was at Katsuragi's apartment, and it was at 9 a.m. in the morning, which means this was an hour before Banjo showed up, which means that we now have suspicion that not only Sento might have been the one to kill Katsuragi and the one who framed Banjo. So now, cliffhanger.
Now it's like, what will happen with the two friends, quote unquote friends, because now this has been dropped. And I'm like, yeah, here we go. This is the tea. This is the tea right here.
This is exactly what I've been saying about the show in the previous season. Like even though we ended this sort of 2-episode arc, we didn't reset back to zero like we normally do in 2-part episodes.
It's like I said in the last one too. It's a snowball. It keeps going because here, the last episode, I will say, I was like, well, we left on a cliffhanger, but at the same time, I was like, well, there wasn't much that happened, but here is the payoff. We get to find out that, you were there. He was there earlier because we dropped them off. We also got more into Sento's he was more aloof and more like, wait, this guy is this guy. Same person, but different personalities, how he used to be as how he is now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, wait, what happened? You really think that this goof, who is apparently a smart physicist in this series, killed Katsuragi?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. There's something else going on here. But again, we get there when we get there. And then we cut to the next episode, which 329 times. 329 times.
Did Banjo bring up that, hey, you probably framed me?
Yeah, 329 times, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Asking the same question, I would have been driven mad at that point. I'm like, I've told you I didn't do it. Well, you didn't know. You don't know. You have convenient amnesia. Yeah. Blame the writers.
Yep, on the writers.
Blame it on the writers.
Before we continue, like, what are your like final thoughts on episode 6 and your score?
For episode 6, again, it's a snowball, and it kept rolling. It was just, I said like number 5 was kind of like, but here's the payoff from number 5, and we do get to save the friend. We didn't leave him. We didn't, and that dropped a little pearl that leads into the next episode. So I give this one an 8.5.
Yeah, I would give this one a 9 because I like how they wrapped it up, but also left a lot of new revelations to like really soak into. Like we got because Sentos now has like a lot of things he has to like reflect on, like the fact that he himself is a Smash, or at least has Smash gas in him. And the fact that there's a chance that maybe he killed Katsuragi this whole time.
Yeah.
But no, I can't wait to get to the point where we learn more about like what's going on with Katsuragi, because I'm just gonna say this, man. I loved what the truth actually is. I mean, I know I'm coming from a position where I already watched the season and you haven't, and you're just watching it as we go along. But let me just say this: when they reveal the complete truth behind Katsuragi, your jaw will drop.
I mean, it's slightly open right now, so. But let's put a pin in Katsuragi, because again, the Katsuragi train has not stopped.
Yeah.
Now we go into number
7.
7. And again, 329 times, people. How many times in 1 hour did he kept accusing Santo? Banjo is dedicated. Let's put it that way. You can't deny that.
It's part of his personality, and I respect that. But yeah, so we do. One thing we did not mention in the previous episode, but I'm gonna say right now. One thing I really like about the episode titles is how it starts off as like a math formula where like the correct answer is like the episode number.
Yeah,
I just wish
I think we did mention that in the
yeah,
last.
yeah, we did that. I just want to make sure. Oh yeah, because like I did mention how like episode 22 is actually episode 21.92 something.
Yeah. It went on to like the equation of pi. I think it's like 3 point something. It's not.
Oh yeah.
It's like an infinite. It's like an infinite. Like yeah. We get it.
Oh yeah. The sum of infinite to zero times.
It's the same thing with. It's the same thing with
second. And that's
it's the same thing with episode 22. So I'm like, when we get there. Yeah, this is the longest. You want to say One Piece has like 1,000 episodes? Kamen Rider Build has like 1 billion in this one episode. In one episode, we reached 21.00. How many zeros?
A lot.
Still counting? Okay. All right. Well, I got the coffee going. So
21. Yeah. It's like oh, we got episode 21, and then we got episode 21.927 something. So we're gonna round it up to 22.
Yeah. Well, people say One Piece is long. Well, Build has way more apparently. But yes, we keep going, and the assumption is that our Kamen Rider Build is a murderer.
Yeah.
It was him in the bathroom with the sharpened churro.
So, I remember when my friends and I were watching episode 8 of Hellsing for the first time. It was Christmas. It was Christmas Eve of that year, and it was, and it's like so like when what's his name Walter like stomps his foot on Alexander's face. Me and my two friends, like I shouted, "The butler did it!" And then one of my friends says, "In the streets of London," and the third one says, "With a boot."
And it always the way. Isn't that right, Jeeves?
Yeah. So we find out that there might be a clue in Hokuto involving Katsuragi's mom.
Using Mummy Dearest.
And it's interesting because it's an anagram that involves Google translating Japanese to English and then back to Japanese, because ain't that the way?
That's a very clever anagram, and also there's like too many turns. It's like the message is simply straight.
Yeah.
But we gotta go not straight. We gotta go straight, then left, then right, then left again. Like 4 lefts. Well, we're back where we started. Yeah, that's pretty much what the anagram is. Because wow.
You just remind me of that one joke from Bobo, where it's like welcome to Bo Theater Chapter 2, and you got this massive text that goes like it's like Chapter 2 Nappy Pappy. It's like it takes that many characters to say Nappy Pappy.
Yeah, only legends remember the great character that is Bobo.
Yeah,
you had to be there because apparently you bring him up. All the weebs are like, what? What'd you say? Who? Oh, that joke. Yeah, that joke character. That joke character who literally could like, who was like the strongest.
Yeah,
the strongest character of all time.
And the manga was even better than the anime, because in the manga there's an actual page where he summons Yami Yugi, who
summons the Tem.
And who subsequently summons a winged dragon of Osiris. Sorry, sky dragon of Osiris, because that's the Japanese thing. Mm-hmm. And what's crazy is he actually got the actual artist of Yu-Gi-Oh!
They were good
draw
friends.
That panel.
They were good friends, yeah. They actually did that. So it's like, yeah, see, that's how you do it, people. That's how you do it. Even in other properties. That's like, yeah, you get their blessings, you can do it.
Yeah. And which brings me to something I said last week. If they ever make an American live action JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I don't trust anyone to direct it except for Sam Raimi.
Me and Sam are not on good terms.
What? They used to be. What? They used to be best friends. What happened?
No, I mean me and Sam Raimi.
Oh.
Yeah.
What happened?
I've not liked any of his past movies. Like I
Oh,
was like, wow, Sam, really?
even Spider-Man?
Yeah, even Spider-Man. I've
What?
not been much of a fan of Sam Raimi
I,
because I'm like, wow, okay.
I just want to go on record and say he does not speak on behalf of the rest of the Morphin
I
Network.
speak on behalf of myself. I say it full honest. I'm like, Sam, I love you, Sam, but stop, shush, Sam. But yes, back to our physicist. You
So
are
so we
accused of
have to
murder.
so we have to sneak into Hokuto, but so there
Hmm.
are sky gaps. Like there used to be like water gaps, but now apparently there's also sky gaps. Why can't we just use the sky gaps in the previous
Yeah, and
episode?
I'm gonna bring up something that I'm like, wait a minute, what? But we'll get there. I think it's not this episode, but I think the next one. But we'll get there when we get there. But I think you know what I'm gonna say. Yeah, these gaps just happen
Yeah,
randomly, and I'm like, okay. So again, smuggling. We gotta
yeah,
smuggle.
the coyote.
We gotta smuggle ourselves. I gotta smuggle. We have a physicist and a clown.
Yeah, we got like we went to Sato in the last
We went by boat.
podcast.
We went by.
Now we're going to Hokuto,
Now we're
and
going to
but the thing
Hokuto.
is, we need money to pay off the coyote. So it's like,
Ooh,
hey Sawa, can I borrow money off of you? No.
no.
How about you, Banjo? No. What? How about you, Master? Bro, don't you remember why you got a job in the first place? You owe me money.
Yeah.
So how do
And
they? Yeah, go
apparently
ahead.
our reporter girl cannot give money because she barely makes ends meet being a reporter and also has a wedding to attend.
Oh yeah.
Ain't it always the way?
This is the way. But how do we manage to get the money to pay off a coyote?
Well,
Well,
you do it like all
OnlyFans.
other weeb. Yeah, you do it like what
OnlyFans.
every weeb do. You get the OnlyFans girl to start pumping out content.
Yeah.
And wow. I mean, I have a friend. I have friends who do that kind of stuff, and it even blows my mind. I'm like, wait, I'm killing myself for 2 weeks for a paycheck, and you make it within an hour.
Mhm.
I was born the wrong gender, most definitely at this
No, yeah,
point.
no. If I was, if like to quote Beyonce, no wait, no, to reverse quote Beyonce, if I was a girl,
Yeah,
I would be able to
definitely,
pay off for medical school.
definitely. But
Yeah,
yeah, we have to smuggle ourselves, and we have to use the power of our net idol to
yeah,
get that money, and we do. And as
yeah.
we're crossing the border, we're about to. Um, we get a random family who is also crossing the border as
In the
well.
other direction, yeah,
Yeah. So really, what is it really that bad on the other side? I'm like, yeah, apparently
yeah,
so.
yeah, yeah,
Apparently,
and
agriculture's gone down.
yeah, and then yeah, and we but then we got intercepted by the FAUST.
And but again with Night Rogue, that jerk.
Jerk.
How dare you attack people trying to make better lives?
I am the Night Rogue.
But again, given who he is in this position, I'm like, yeah, seems about right.
Yeah,
Seems like something he would do.
yeah,
And we get on that whole thing, and obviously a battle ensues. The clown and the Kamen Rider try to fight and save everyone, which I think they do. They kind of
yeah.
like that.
And they managed
Those
to go through the
people,
whole
yeah. The coyote and these people kind of just disappeared
right.
without any resolve. But as they are escaping, as they get on the bike to get through the hole, Bloodstark shoots a missile.
Yeah.
And said missile is going at them and it's chasing them, but then it turns a left turn back to Night Rogue. It's just like the homing missile was like, wait a minute, it literally did attack every cartoon maneuver. It's like, wait, what? Nope, can't find my target. Okay, I'm going back, and just blows up. But I'm like, why did it happen? Why did the missile come back? It's supposed to hit the target, but it didn't. And of course, Night Rogue is not a happy vampire.
No, he isn't. If he's a vampire, he's a bat.
He is a bat. We don't know what kind.
He's a bat. He's a man. He's a Batman.
I am Night Rogue.
I'm Night Rogue.
Yeah. So we get through the wall again.
Yeah.
See, this is why walls don't work.
Yes. So we learned a little bit about Hokuto. Turns out it's mostly an agricultural region, but because of the radiation caused by the wall, we a lot of the crops just died out and became inedible. So they're basically
Yeah.
facing a famine. And
Yep.
in fact, this will play into the show later on.
Yes. And that's, again, when resources start going down, and next thing you know, they come out with a for a soylent substitution.
Oh God, no!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But
Soylent Yellow.
we
I
continue.
look in the Valve laboratory, like they have all that yellow goo.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
Don't get. I
it's
mean,
all yellow, yeah.
I'm like, is it that crazy that they might do it? They're making monsters, for crying out loud. I mean, cannibalizing people and making it into a soy-based food for people. I'm like, is it so out of the question? I don't think so for Faust. But we continue on, and we go, and we finally get to Mummy Dearest's house, which she is a teacher.
Yeah. One last thing about this, it's like I want to say right now, in case I forget to do it later. I love how like mentioning the whole Hokuto's experiencing famine thing. Like it seems like such an innocuous thing to bring up because it's like, oh yeah, we're just visiting this place, like it's just like it's just a tiny footnote on to learn more about this place. It's like,
It's a foreshadowing of what is
but
to come because
yeah.
of the farmland is going bad.
Mhm.
What does that mean for the rest of the country?
Right, as well as like other things that will, well, let's just say the whole farmland thing is gonna come back later in a later episode.
Put a pin in that one, ladies and gentlemen. Katsuragi and farming.
Yeah. So we find out, yeah, like the mom, Katsuragi's mom's teaching English, just like what's her name from Iron Blooded Orphans. But one of the orphans is turned into a Gundam. I'm just kidding. It's turned into a Smash.
Right in front of our eyes, ladies and gentlemen. And I was like, wait, don't they need to put them in that pot or whatever? Like, no.
Right.
Apparently our red boy over here has a special gun that is able to gas them up and get them. I'm like, a child, really?
A child.
A child, an innocent child. But he's like, yeah, no, I can turn the bad boys, I can turn bad kids into smashes super easy. If you're a horrible person or a rotten kid, I guess you're susceptible. It's like,
Yeah, see Disney's Pinocchio. You should have taken some notes. Freaking
yeah.
root beer and whatnot.
Let's not talk about Disney right now.
I'm not gonna lie though, it is kind of funny how in 2022 we had 4 different Pinocchios in the same year.
Public domain. Public domain.
Yeah, we got the Disney one, we got the Del Toro one, the Russian one that we will not talk about, and then we got the JoJo one.
Mm-hmm. And just wait, if we're making horror movies based off of certain characters, yeah, is there so crazy we might get a Pinocchio one? I don't think so.
Yeah,
but yeah,
but
little boy, Rocket Panda. Talk about, wow! I love the colors. I love that it's a kind of a periwinkle, kind of a skyish blue, and also the panda motif. I'm like, giant claw, rocket.
Yeah,
it's dangerous either or. I mean, talk about like a combo that should not work. I thought Taka Gatlin was like ridiculous but very cool. This is actually very cute and deadly.
I'm not gonna lie though, the combination of black, white, and light blue though, like you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the Requiem blaster from Transformers Armada. And the fact that part of them is a rocket.
Oh, yeah.
Part of them is a rocket doesn't help.
Yeah. Wow. God damn.
Oh man, I wish I had the Star Saber though. It's the only one of the 3 weapons I did not have from the original toy line.
I just a little side note. I've been a fan of Transformers for years. Obviously, Japanese based from the Takara toy lines, obviously. And I remember watching Armada when it was on Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn. And I was just like, why? I remember seeing them on toy. I'm like, not once. As an adult now, I see them just randomly, and I'm like, I would, but they're too expensive.
Right. Yeah, no, like for me, like Beast Wars was the best toy line ever, in my opinion. Like nothing will change my mind on that. And that was the first Transformers I saw, but that's not the reason. Like I just like the creativity that went into like, oh, you got all these arthropoda that turn into robots. That's way more interesting than cars turning into robots.
Again, Japan and their ideas. I'm like, this. I mean, is it so shocking that a lot of people will credit the 90s as where anime came in, the late 90s as where anime and Japanese culture began to come in. My dear ladies and gentlemen, and whatever else you identify as, it started in the 80s. It started with Transformers, Voltron, Speed Racer, Kimba. They opened the doors. Pokemon just came in and just destroyed it. And thus, it's Power Rangers too. Power Rangers kind of opened the door for a lot of things as well. And
for a lot of people, the big three were Pokemon, Sailor Moon, and Dragon Ball Z.
Yes.
Not even Dragon Ball Z, like the Ocean
Z. Yeah. And then, but again, if you want to give the big three back in the 80s, it was Voltron, Speed Racer, and Transformers.
Yeah.
Even though Transformers is an American-made project, it was heavily based in the Japanese culture.
Yeah. No, what's really interesting is finding out that Zoids is based, like the Japanese anime Zoids is based on a German toy line.
It was based off a German toy line. They also had one. I saw a couple commercials from the early 80s, from really early Zoids, and I forget what they called them, but it was something like Zoids was also in there.
Yeah, it was also a Takara, I think.
Yeah, it was also a Takara thing. But it's amazing how, like, wow, we had that back in the 80s, but it didn't take off until the 2000s with the Liger Zero and all that.
And that's the crazy part, because it's like Liger Zero, like, what's it called? New Century was the one that's like we were first introduced to on Toonami, but it wasn't even the first Zoids anime. Like the Chaotic Century, which they aired after.
It was after, which
it's like,
that kind
of it's like Gundam, how like we saw Gundam Wing first, and then they showed the original MS Gundam afterwards.
Yeah, and a lot of people were turned off by it because it's like, wait, what? It's like, the animation was older, so it's like, and it's like, well, I mean, that's I even to this day I explain to people, you had to watch Chaotic Century first to realize, well, not really, they're two separate stories, but realize that the ending is connecting to that because they fought on the top of the King Brachio, which was the same machine that destroyed the main villain in that series. But
the only Zoid I ever had was the Shield Liger, which is kind of appropriate because, like, aside from like what's the name, that one dude being my favorite character from New Century, like the brother that left like partway into the season.
Leon.
Like Leon was my favorite character, but turns out Shield Liger was also like the original main character Zoid from Chaotic Century. So it's like I love me a Leon. But honestly, like Liger Zero, Schneider, I wish I had, especially Schneider, because they got all those swords everywhere, you know.
Yeah, I think they still sell the model kit, but I think everyone check out Big Bad Toy Store for all your Zoid shopping needs. But I think they still have that one in stock. But okay, where were we on this? Mom had finally said about like Katsuragi admired his father. His father was a scientist who was also involved with the Pandora's box.
Right, and we actually saw him in the press conference.
Yes, he was there. Everyone was there. Apparently, everyone was there for this box, and was it this episode or was it the next? So we had a meeting.
We kind of bled into episode 8 a little bit with
yeah.
But we could just like discuss the two of them together, you know.
So everyone who within these episodes were there. Obviously, we have Katsuragi was there. His father. I don't think his mom was, but we find out also that the other heads of the state, The other three parts were
because
there.
like Master was the astronaut involved, and
Yes.
and Gentoku was there. Gentoku's father, who's the prime minister of Kyoto, was there. I can't remember if the other prime ministers were there, but
No, they were there because
Katsuragi was also there. Yeah.
Remember that Gentoko said that they've changed. Like something that day changed them all because they're not acting as they normally would, as they have in past years. So, I mean, they're a lot more sinister than the prime minister. I don't think the prime minister was affected, but everyone else was, because again, even the prime minister calls out his son and says, "You've changed." Which, definitely, because again, a little tidbit, a reveal is gonna happen.
Oh yeah. And what's his name? And Katsuragi was also there at the ceremony, and where
pre-scientist Katsuragi.
And it's actually kind of interesting because she actually mentions that Katsuragi originally didn't want to be a scientist, but then he started doing it in honor of his father. But his father died, or at least he mysteriously disappeared. So I'm like,
there's a bit of suspicion there, because again, he did it to, I guess, try to undo what his father did with, which was
clear his name.
Clear his name, because I'm like, well, you guys did have the box. Master did. We're not sure what happened. Pieces of the puzzle we're building to what happened that day, of why it all happened.
Yeah.
So
I do find it interesting how rewatching the series from the beginning after knowing everything that happens is again, I'm not trying to spoil anything for you, but it's like noticing these little details that you gloss over the first time you watch. It's like, damn. And now rewatching build right now, I'm like, I'm enjoying it build more than I did before. It's like watching Kiva, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. It's like when you rewatch your favorite series again, but then you start noticing wait a minute. Like, there it is.
Yeah, there it is.
So yes, we start talking, and apparently we have with Katsuragi, he left his mother something. There's a special item that he left in case something were to happen. He left a flash drive.
Right. And while they're eating, Sento starts crying while eating her food, which is very interesting.
Yeah, that was kind of like, because I know, again, the kid who they fought and saved, who became a Smash, would talk about how they knew Katsuragi, and that his mom would make him rolled omelets.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, here is the rolled omelet, and Banjo Boy is like, oh, it's too sweet. Which, Japanese rolled omelets they have really sugar in them. Yeah, they're sweet ones. They're not what we would think as an omelet. But then Seto,
I like how fluffy Japanese omelets are, but I hate how
delicious.
Sweet they are. Yeah.
Yeah, they're delicious, but it's like, unless you like sweet things, you're gonna be like, wait, what? But Seto starts crying for some reason. Like something inside him is like, So I kind of was wondering, well, compared to who you were before all this happened, and compared to who you are right now, is it possible that this is just me? I know nothing, so I'm with all of you guys who are watching with us. Is it possible that maybe something of Katsuragi, like some bit of his persona, might be in there with Seto?
Right. Yeah. No. It's kind of
because why would he get weepy over these omelets? It would be Katsuragi that would be crying or weeping over the omelets, not him.
Yeah. So it is kind of an interesting thing going on, and but we do have to smuggle ourselves back to Toto
again, but this time by car, because mom said, she's like, well, yes, my son left me something, and I have it. It's data, but I know where it is. It's like, oh, could you tell us where? It's like, no, I'll get it personally. I will do it. And so they go. Here's the thing. Again, we talked about breaks in the wall, both in land and sea. Yeah. And now there's an actual physical break in the wall via the roads.
Yeah.
So like many, like not to be political, this wall ain't worth jack. How is it separating anyone if there's actual breaks that people go through and there's a toll or there's literally border crossing?
Yeah.
What? Wait, I thought the walls were impregnable. I thought you guys were separated, but no.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's gaps, or you can actually get in, but you need a passport.
Yeah.
To get through.
It's like you either legally get a passport or you smuggle yourself on a boat or you smuggle yourself via coyote.
I'm like, yeah, this wall is kind of wait, what? I get the wall is like a hurdle, but they seem to be so like there seems to be
less. It feels like it's like less pregnable the more we watch the series.
Yeah, it's just like the wall's just there as an inconvenience. There's a way to get around it, but it's not like we're isolated in a certain area.
Right.
Or it's like we have to go through like special, something or other to no, there's just apparently there's a crack in the line. Yeah, you need papers because Banjo is a fugitive along with Sento because he is a Kamen Rider.
Right.
People don't know he is, but he is the Kamen Rider. And here they are again, and they're in the back, and apparently Sento is burping, and Banjo's like, ew, your burps are sweet. Why are you sniffing his burps, Banjo?
Yeah, but the mom gets taken and gets turned into a smash. She hands over what's supposed to be like the lock to Katsuragi's locker.
It's a safety box at a bank.
Yeah,
and because again, fucking political BS about I have your son's will. They trick her into giving her the like here you go, and it's like you really thought he was gonna leave you something. He's just such a cruel guy.
Yeah,
and then they take her and then they gas her and then they make her into a smash, which
it's a lock smash if I recall. Yeah.
Yes, it's a lock one, but also we get another bottle, firefighter.
Yeah, which is awesome actually. Like I really like just like how with Forze's fire form, like he can use it as both a water shooter and as a flamethrower, and actually, and it's very convenient because like I have it like right here on my candy toy. Like I got because it's dragon with firefighter, which actually works because I really like this random formation. Like I know it's not a best match, but what I like about it is that it's basically his rabid tank form, but like with the color swap.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, it's like they wind up fighting the lock smash and they win. She's fine. They go and take the information, but they open the box and there is nothing, just a message saying, I don't trust you.
You know, it would be really funny if like the mom came on her own without like having those guys like follow her or take it from her. Can you imagine the mom just like shows up by herself at the locker, opens the door, and like finds a message saying, "Unfortunately, I can't trust you."
Yeah, and so they're mad. Obviously, they're upset because wow, we got lied to. But we found out that it's not in said locker. It is actually in the photo. It's underground in the photo where they last were with. And they dig it up. I think it's in an Altoids container.
Yeah, it looks like an Altoids tin,
Yeah, and then there it is. And again, we get Night Rogue and Stock just show up. They fight, they battle. But they let them get away because Stock just decides to let them go. Why?
Yeah, because apparently Banjo's hazard level has increased.
Hey, what's up? Yeah. Hey, down. You okay?
Hi, how you doing?
That's my little nephew, guys. Say hello, Lily.
How you doing?
So yes, there's a little rider. Go on.
Yeah. So turns out you need two USB ports plugged in at the same time.
Yes.
Which kind of feels like both not only like a best match gimmick, but also like feels like a callback to Kamen Rider W because like they actually used
at the same time to go into the ports, and then we get a video, which leads into our next episode.
Turns out that Katsuragi was in charge of Project Build.
Project Build. What is that? But we need to give a review of this episode before we get there.
Right. So, so what's it called? So, what are your thoughts on this episode and your score?
It was touching to get a sense of mom because I was like, wow, we're actually going to his mom and seeing what she knows. But the story, even the payoff of the anagram, that the message was, thank you for giving me life. I thought that was sweet. That was kind. Because despite who he is, he actually did care.
Right.
And so for this one, a touching moment, I give it a 9.
Yeah, I would have to, honestly, I would give this episode a 10 just because I love the payoff we got from it. Like, I love how we're going on this scavenger hunt and you actually have to work your way through the clues. And I love how careful Katsuragi was that he left dead ends.
Yes, he did.
He left dead ends, and I love that.
He knew something was up, so that's why he was like, no, I have to protect this. Something is gonna happen. I'm like, Katsuragi, you're smart. But I feel like you're not gone, Katsuragi. So you're here somewhere. Yeah. That's why I was like, I give it a 10 because I'm like, you're here somewhere, man. I know you are. Yeah. You're not gone. You're still fighting. But on what side are you fighting on?
Yeah, but yeah, no, I would also give a good score because I love the rabbit. No, sorry, not rabbit. The hedgehog fire.
Hedgehog fire.
Yeah, it's a fun form. I'm not gonna lie.
It is. It's a very, very wonderful form.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So for the remaining 2 episodes, we're gonna summon a good friend of ours.
Enter.
Hey, I have it there.
All right.
So, what do you think of episode 6 through 8 so far, Jared?
Like I said last week I said this. I'm not giving this show a bad rating whatsoever because
he is biased. It's perfect.
It is like my Gaim level of biasy where I can't even find a bad episode. Even if there is a bad episode, you can't tell if it's bad or not.
No, right. Everything has been, again, it's been a snowball and it keeps on going. This snowball will be the size of a planet once we're done. That's how the momentum is here, ladies and gentlemen. It just keeps going.
I love how you said it's the size of a planet for reasons I'm not going to say for another 3 months.
There you go.
Well, no, 2.5 months. But
all right, then. Yeah.
Spoilers.
Put a pin in that one too, people.
So that's the 3rd item that we're going to put on our pin list.
Yep, Katsuragi, the snowball, and what was the second pin?
What's called the famine in Hokuto.
Oh, Hokuto, the quote unquote famine that's going on.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So, where are we now?
Episode 9. So we actually watched the video that we got in the previous episode. And
it's basically a Kickstarter. Hello, my name is Katsuragi, and I would like to introduce to you my future project, which is Project Build. And yeah, it's pretty much, it literally is a Kickstarter because he's trying to get.
It's one of those colleges. What was it? Those Harvard tech guys making those robots. So they're trying to get a grant.
Very much so, because I was like, wait, so Katsuragi, you build? You made him? Why? That's my whole thing. I don't know. You built build.
Here's his answer. Why not?
Why not? I don't know.
If you have the power to do something.
He did, and it's again trying, like we said in last episode, he's trying to redeem his father and his family name. So build is the key.
He's building a new relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a real case of Daddy wasn't there. Take me to the fair.
Daddy left for cigarettes and milk, honey. He'll be back.
Daddy, milk, bet smash.
So
No.
yes, we
Cigarettes, milk, best match, invisibility.
Well, it's organic and
No.
inorganic. So yeah.
Actually, you know what? Like that should have been the one for Gentoku. Like it's like cigarette, smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was there.
Daddy won't there. Just like Johnny didn't know. Scotty didn't know.
Oh,
It's ironic because it pretty much like Gentoku is pretty much the only character who still has his dad.
yo.
Yeah. Yeah. Which wait, are we able now to say about Gentoko about what his deal is?
Yeah.
Are we able to say that now?
Yeah.
I'll see why not.
Gentoko is Night Rogue.
Dun dun dun.
He had like what? Yeah, he has a gun, and which puts it in. And then it puts it. He is Bat, so he becomes Night Rogue. So yes, when his father said he had changed, oh yes, he has changed, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
He read the wrong Batman comics.
He read too much Frank Miller.
Yeah,
Too much Frank Miller.
He read too much Ishinomori from the 70s.
Ooh. But we keep going. So we go through the crowdfunding for build, and we find out that yes, Katsuragi has made.
Yeah.
But then continue.
Oh,
Oh,
I just love the picture. Banjo has become his namesake.
Okay, can you say that again? Because I got cut off.
No, I was talking. No, continue.
Yeah, okay.
Let's continue.
But yeah, so we're doing a different kind of crowdfunding in this scene where Misora and Banjo are just like hanging out in disguises, and yes, Banjo is dressed up as a Bancho.
He is his namesake.
He went full on Yankee.
Banjo.
Yeah, with the pompadour. He's channeling his inner Kuwabara.
Because I'm a Kuwabara, the toughest kid seriously junior high. And I just one more week.
Yeah,
one
we're
more
close.
week,
We're close.
It's not out yet?
Nope. We're close. We're close.
14th.
We're close.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what are we crowdfunding for with Bancho? Bancho?
Or just making more content. But the thing is, we do find but like what's funny is like Misora is great at baseball. Firstly of all, we find out that she was asleep for 7 years. Interesting.
Why she looks so young? Sleep for 7 years.
But what's really interesting is that like some random OF subscriber just hears her voice. It's like, oh my god, Misora's here! Misora's here! Where is she? We gotta find her! Where's Misora?
They're the ones that buy the bath water.
Yeah.
It's a bathwater.
Massive. I paid $1,500 to meet you and greet you, and then I'm gonna me and Banjo are gonna go take a lovely vacation on the other side of the world with your 1.5 million. That's who was freaking out.
You know what's crazy? I was watching an Abin Preach video the other day, and I found out that there was like this one dude who paid $6,000 in 1 month for
that's who I'm referencing.
It's like
that's who I'm referencing.
It's like
Oh my god!
how do you have that in 1 month? No, wait. No. It wasn't 6,000. It was 60,000.
Yeah, it was like
Even worse.
Yeah, no, it was ridiculous how much. But apparently, it was just to meet her for like an hour or something, and then like right afterwards, like came out the article that someone found out that she took that money and is with her boyfriend, like living a month abroad or something. And I'm like, well, and it's an exchange, and technically it is her money now. So
yeah, it's a gift. You know, it's like Full Metal Alchemist when he went to that one city with like the fake gold. It's like Like it's like what are you talking? What do you mean? What do you mean you sold me the city? You said you're giving it to me as a gift. Like what are you
Well,
talking
no,
about?
he
I have
did
the deed
it.
right here.
No one. No, well, he did it. He met her, and that's it. Like there was nothing else that happened. I mean, really?
Could not be
That
me.
Now I'm like that could not be me. I'm like for $60,000.
I
It's like
would have
that. It's
had.
like
We're-
it's like that Abe Lincoln potato from That's So Raven, where you make this giant spectacle, make people pay $10
Yeah, no,
for
but
admission. Then you sit down, you
yeah,
see the potato for like 5 seconds, and then curtains, and then like you leave for the next group.
yeah, no, but again, yeah, no, and love Abba and Preach. I know that might be controversial for me to say for some people, but I feel they speak the truth.
They do.
I think so. I believe so.
Yeah.
You know,
No, they're
I
great.
disagree sometimes, but isn't not the old adage, we agree to disagree.
Yeah, but we can also disagree to agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like
yes,
people say it's the same difference, but I say it's a different similarity.
Mm.
Mhm.
So we're crowdfunding. Someone freaks out because Mila is an ace baseball player.
Yeah, and but yeah, so like she almost gets kidnapped. Banjo saves her, and we find out that there's sleeping gas inside Sento's office building, and one of his office buddies was the perpetrator. I feel so betrayed. They were
He
they were
he
being
looks the
friends a few
type.
episodes ago.
Yeah, look at that face. Go back to that slide.
He looks the type.
Look at that mug. Like no, look at his eyes. Like that looks like a man that's like I don't give a damn.
He
I will.
looks like he's one bad day away from, saying that his mom
From
was his
smashing
roommate to his
everything.
former roommate.
No, he looks like the dude who's just like, yeah, I'm about to release the gas onto a very heavily populated, so just cause that's
He's
what
just-
that face is.
He's just a Japanese Arthur Fleck.
And what really hurts is that he was palling around with Sento just a few episodes ago.
Oh no, never mind. I'm sorry. He's Electro.
Yeah, go. He's Electro.
He got
Yeah,
the
but-
Tims, he got the Tims, the Black Air Forces, the whole night.
Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, while one insect themed hero like talked them down, this insect themed hero could not do that because regardless, I don't think even the Kamen Rider, like even Build, could have calmed his ass down. He looks like he's just dedicated to fucking shit up.
Yeah.
He was that guy. It was like he's like yesterday. He's like, oh yeah, my mom's my roommate. So the next day, oh, my mom doesn't live here no more.
My mom went on a vacation. Yeah.
Yeah. And so he shuts down the security systems just in time for freaking Order 66 to happen. Like let's be honest. When this
Are we
scene happened,
surprised?
you were hearing the Imperial March. You
What
were
is it?
hearing the Imperial March.
Is it a
Basically, Japan did Order 66 way before Star Wars came along.
Yeah.
They were all about them. Like, yo, you a kid? Yeah, you were gonna get these hands too.
Yeah, and like look at the grunts in this show. They all look like stormtroopers. Also, like they look like the Death Troopers. They're ready to fuck shit up.
Yeah. Yeah, and throughout these 5 episodes, just like in the previous 5 episodes, we see like random like Toto security guardians turning into Faust guardians. Like, gee, what a coincidence! And this
everybody
is all the damn time. Are we not going to question this?
Nope.
Nope.
No, not one bit.
And this is all happening while all 3 prime ministers of Japan are like in that one area for Pandora's box, and it turns out that the head, like the military provider Anamba, like has a role in this, and we find out that Namba has photos of Build, and who is it that gave him those photos?
Dun dun dun.
No.
Ain't it the
Jesus
way?
Christ.
Oh my god! I was like, bro, no, the betrayal.
She was always for the streets.
Shit. Oh my god! It's always the cute ones. Jesus Christ.
I mean, I'd still bag her up. I'm not gonna,
That's probably all. I mean, I mean, as of right now, from these episodes, that's all she's worth at this point.
It's like that scene from Austin Powers. It's like how could you do it? Well, you said that when it's a mission, you have to do everything to accomplish it. No, I mean,
no, how could you
literally,
physically
how
do
could
it?
you do it?
How could you
Mechanics
do
make
it?
no sense.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, wait, when? But then she was narrating that one episode.
That's true.
She was
use that narration to lull us into the false security.
Yeah, and then there you go. It's all there.
Yeah,
it's all there.
By the way, one thing we did not mention is how like the preview for every episode. Sorry, the recap for every episode. You have the main characters providing a recap, and at some point they get into an argument. Like one person's like, "Oh, is it my turn to do the recap?" Well, you see what happened. The previous episode was, and then,
hey, it's my chance. Get the hell out of here. Like, whoa, what do you mean? You had your time last week. Now it's my time. I'm the star. Whoa, what do you mean? I'm not the star. No, you just the.
Now we're out of time.
Yeah, they're breaking the fourth. They're breaking the fourth wall.
You know what I just realized? Bleach used to do that too, where it's like where Ichigo tries to give a synopsis in the preview for the next episode, but then someone interrupts it with some gag, and then Ichigo's like, "God damn it, we're out of time again."
Oh yeah.
That was in the way beginning.
That now.
Oh no! People would get so mad. Why are they breaking the fourth wall?
Because hey guys, we're in the middle of a blood war.
His name is Johnny freaking Bosch. Put some respect on that name.
I would, you know what? Having them do a gag during the 1,000-year blood war would be hilarious.
They could probably do it with the episodes with the 3 Quincy girls that everyone seems to fawn over so much. That would be a gag in and of itself.
See, I much prefer the 3 Arrancar girls that were under Harnbell.
Oh yeah, they were slapstick, but again, I would imagine Zombie Girl, not no spoilers, but it's like, doesn't seem right having you in this spot, does it?
Mm-hmm. All right, so before we go into our analysis, because we're gonna do the analysis for episodes 9 and 10 together, but what are your scores for episode? What is your analysis for episode 9? Your score?
10. Absolute 10er.
This was a 10 merely for the betrayal, because even though it's kind of obvious, I'm like, well, yeah, but it still hurts to realize that you were
her bonding with our characters, and it's like you think she's crew now, but it's like
no, you ain't crew, you ain't none of that. You are literally playing the field.
Literally,
you're playing the field.
And you're playing. You're on this side. You're on that side. You're on that side. You're playing.
Yep.
Yeah, for me, I also give it a 10 because it's while it is a little fillerish in certain places.
It did feel that way.
And also it sets up for the next episode. But I even like the fillers components, like the whole Misora and Banjo just hanging out. It's because one is a recluse, the other is a refugee. The two of them are they never have a chance to just chill outside.
Yeah, it's always just a fight with them, but this is them having just a nice normal day.
Yeah. But then Ish really hits the fan towards the end of the episode. And even the one dude, and even though Sento catches the one dude in the episode, he even goes full suicide. He's I'm not gonna reveal anything. He's
no.
It's the thing about the Hydra, you cut off one head, 2 more take its place. And the funniest part of all is you thought I was the only traitor. And it turns out the other dude was also in on it. Sento has no friends at work. What's going on? I feel bad for the guy.
It's you thought this was a kid show? You thought wrong, buddy.
That's what I tell people all the time. I'm like, you think this is a kid show? It's not. It's surprising. It's a teenage drama, but they also sell action figures. So there you go.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. Not too much happens in this episode. A lot of good stuff, but like not too much happens in this episode. Yeah, so the whole place is under gridlock. Banjo tries to get into the facility in order to save Pandora's box as well as like reclaim like his rightful place. But the thing is, Night Rogue and Stark, make a run for it when they basically meet up on the rooftop. And yeah, it's a cool scene because throughout the series, like Banjo has been increasing his hazard level, so now it's at a 3. And one thing we did not really mention earlier is that once it gets to level 3, your body is compatible to a rider belt. So
Yeah.
hint. Yeah.
Which is like
there.
Yeah. And we get a good scene because like we have an unmorphed Banjo holding his own against Bloodstark, which the clues are starting to really show that maybe Stark might actually be more powerful than a Night Rogue, even though Night Rogue is in charge.
Okay, not to spoil too much One Piece. Think of Stark as Crocodile or Frog.
And Night Rogue is Buggy.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's what I've been getting.
That's way past Dressrosa, which is where I am, but even I know how that's gonna play out because it's like, yeah, Buggy did get that cloud at Marineford. Not Marineford, Marineford. But are you honestly gonna say that like, oh, 2 warlords are gonna be subordinates to this clown? Pun not.
If it's the live action Buggy, yes.
The live action Buggy, that would be definite.
Yeah, no, I love live action Buggy.
I loved him before. I'm putting it out there. So
yeah.
Well, yeah, so we now hazard level 3. Well, that's kind of crazy. So yeah, so you built a quote unquote driver for him early in these episodes, not realizing if it was even possible for him to transform, since we know you have to be like a hazard level 3.
Yeah, I do find it interesting that he even knows how to build a driver because
he didn't actually. Yeah, he didn't actually build it as he claims he said he did.
Yeah.
It was actually in the crowdfunding video.
Yeah. But the fact that like he was able to build a second one though.
Mm-hmm. Way before he even knew it was even useful.
Yeah.
It was a nice little support.
Mm-hmm.
But he was also, I guess, like he was a little bit more intrigued back from like episode 6 of like, wait a minute, he didn't die from using my belt in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this guy might be
he might be
a little special.
Yeah, it might be a nice little guinea pig.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So unfortunately, Banjo's incapacitated, which gives the opportunity to use Banjo's girlfriend and Banjo's mom to make one of the coolest forms that Bill has ever used. Dragon Lock. And yes, I did make a Lion Lock because it's gold and gold. With the candy toys. But dang, Dragon Lock is so badass, man. Like
those colors, man.
Not just first of all, those are very regal colors, but also he can summon chains like Kurama and use Fire Blast like Dragon Fire Blast like Hiei. So
just put build in Kingdom Hearts already. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, seriously, like that is possibly the most Final Fantasy-ish looking form that I've seen in a Kamen Rider show in a very long time.
Yeah. And while this fight's occurring, the Prime Minister of Toto has a heart attack. This will come into play like
heart attack.
In the episode. Yeah, a heart attack. Yeah, and and when we catch up to Bloodstark, we see him like transforming the other dude's face into the first dude's face, which begs the people's face. And now we're under the suspicion that Bloodstock might actually be Katsuragi.
I kind of already felt that, like, with everything that happened in these sequences of episodes we have been reviewing. I'm like, you're under there, Katsuragi. Your voice has not, because you gotta know that Night Rogue, his voice changed now to, I blanked on his name.
The Gento.
And again, yeah. So
Gento.
it went from a very like nasally, like kind of Darth Vader-ish sounding voice to now his actual voice, because we know who it is.
He's like,
but Blood has not. He hasn't even demorphed after everything that he's been through. So I'm like, Katsuragi.
He's like the Undertaker. It's kayfabe real.
Yeah, Katsuragi, you're in there. I know you are.
Mm-hmm.
But is it like the whole thing about switching the faces? I'm like, is that only like physical, or can you also transfer other things? Like can you swap them out? Like maybe a part of you or your memories? Because again, our boy Saito did not make the drive belt. He didn't do it. Mm-hmm. How does he know all this? Not to mention, you were such a goof, and you were like me. You were such an airhead, but now you're a scientist.
Yeah. But when Gentoku makes his way back with the Pandora's box, but he doesn't. But he puts the Pandora's box away. But on his way back to the Toto government facility, finds out that his dad had a heart attack, and he tells him, "Gentoku, my boy, my sweet precious boy, while I'm incapacitated, the fate of Toto is in your hands." And when he gets wheeled off.
You put that little Nepo baby in charge of a whole nation.
I mean, that's how the party happened.
Is there any worse? Was there no one else? Is there no one else to take over? Mm-hmm. Really?
Well, apparently not. Apparently not.
Well, it is what it is. And that's where the episode ends.
Yeah.
So thoughts on episode 10?
Lock Dragon was really cool. I would have thought maybe this time Banjo would have done a transformation, but still not yet.
Yeah. I mean, in the preview says that he will in the next episode at least, so.
Yeah. I was thinking, maybe in this one.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
But the Prime Minister having a heart attack just seems so like that's too convenient.
Yeah.
Especially since like the episode prior, like him and his dad were arguing and saying like how like the nations and there's gonna be war. It's like Gentoku is just really wanting like a war just to happen, and the reason why it's not is because of his dad, and just miraculously or bad luck, however you want to phrase it, he had this little incident.
Right. Yeah, no, it is very suspicious. So what's your score for episode 10?
I'm gonna give it an 8.5 because I was like, I'm still waiting for Banjo to do a transformation, but everything else was just like, God Almighty, what? Yeah. The reins have been passed. Is this a good idea or a bad idea?
So how about you, Jared? What are your thoughts in school?
10. Lock, Dragon Lock is amazing form. Like you said, the colors are so regal.
Yeah.
It makes me just want to see Kamen. It makes me think of a time that we could have had like Power Rangers and stuff in Kingdom Hearts. Wasted opportunity.
Yeah.
Yep. But I digress. Yeah, no, this is great. And then the whole Gentoku taking on Power, it's like, just build. No pun intended. It builds upon more intrigue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I would give this episode a 9 because It's most like I feel like it's just part two of a three-parter as opposed to part two of a two-parter, and I liked it, but I'm with you guys. I honestly thought that Banjo will get his writer form before Sento will use it for Dragon Lock, but I was proven wrong on that one 10 years ago. Wait, no, 6 years ago.
6 years ago, because like,
Yeah.
but I think that's good. It's like it's we get a new toy, but we're not getting multiple new toys like we would the current release with Gotchard. It's like you're just getting new forms out the wazoo.
Jesus.
Yeah, no, like my issue with Gotchard is like it's literally Super Mega Force, but at least Super Mega. But the thing is, but at least with Mega Force and Super Mega Force, at least they got their power ups at the end of the episode, not at the beginning of the episode. That's right. I'm still calling out Mechana Dasher on this one. It's like it shows up at the beginning of an episode, and then like instead we get Rose Firefighter or whatever it's called. So it's like
none of them feel like it's like the forms are cool. It just feels so unearned. But like in build, it feels earned because
he has to
building these things.
He has to get them. He has to make them, and he also has to battle the Smash to get the item. So he's literally grinding to earn. While I've seen what people have been talking about Gotchard and even past writers about they just happen to give him this item, which like where'd you get that item?
Mm-hmm.
Available at your local Toys R Us.
Like even with Decade, it's like he got cards randomly, but the thing is, he would only get the cards until after he unlocks the world for that world. Like he can't use most of his Kuga cards until after he saves Kuga's world. He can't use Kiva cards until he saves Kiva's world. And so on. And Deno cards were dumb, but fun.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Deno.
Yeah.
But that's what.
Attack Redo. Omae boku ni tsurarete miru. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, especially that. No, Gotchard. I've not seen it.
Gotchard where it is now, for the most part, but I don't know. It's just something about it. It's not hitting where Geats possibly the perfect Reiwa season, and then you got the Heisei seasons like build. It's just like these seasons are untouchable.
Yeah.
Like they're putting in the work to get their gimmicks out there, which most of these just it just seems like they just randomly appear.
Yeah.
Just cause.
Okay. So before we go into the comments, I want to ask our newcomer, Steve. So what do you think will happen in the next 6 episodes?
Well, besides Banjo Boy getting his dragon transformation, we're already, these past episodes have been on the cusp of a fight between the 3 dividing parts of Japan. I feel like there's gonna be a war that's gonna happen. Definitely. I think more of our past Katsuragi is definitely here. We just don't understand how he's here yet. Like it kind of feels like it's very Horcruxy with Katsuragi right now.
Mm-hmm.
Is how I'm getting it. It's very Horcrux.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, we're Night Rogue, Gentoro is just gonna we're looking at a fight. We're looking at big massive fights from now on.
Yeah. Oh man, I know that Jared is super excited for the next 6 episodes. I can tell.
I'm biting at the bit right now.
He's biting his tongue, ladies and gentlemen.
I want Gotcha to go. Where we are going now is where I want Gotcha to go. That's all I'm saying. Happy friggin' holidays, people.
Yeah.
Trauma. That's your present from Santa. Trauma.
All right, let's see what the comments have to say. Let's see. Triple XYZ says a lot of awesome stuff happened in this arc. Yeah, it really did.
Yeah, a lot did.
Yeah. I love how past episodes bleed into the next episodes. Yeah, it's true because
good storytelling.
That is
like,
storytelling.
Yeah, it's like because like again, like with a lot of episodes, it's like there's like a lot of like reset to zero. So it's like at every 2 episodes, like you could skip entire sets of 2 episodes. Like take Forze for example. You could like for example skip episodes 3 and 4 and not miss a thing, or you could skip episodes 7 and 8 and not miss a thing. Like the only detail you'd be missing out from like those is like, oh, like this new person joined our squad, but it's like, but like in that Jake's case, it's like he like he was already kind of
always there. He's always there.
Yeah, or with Ichimonji, it's like no, sorry, Daimonji. Like Daimonji is like, well, you know, Miyu's in the squad, so it's only natural that he would also join.
He's just
there, man.
I don't blame him on that one.
Yeah, like episodes 13 and 14, for example, you could skip those. Just to give an example, because like it doesn't bear any weight where like you would you'd be confused what's going on by skipping those 2 episodes. Now, if you skip 1 episode, like you'd be like confused, but like it's like how do we get from here to here? But if you skip a set of 2 episodes, you're not gonna be missing out much. Heck, even with W, it's like W is a fantastic 48 plus 1 episodes.
Yeah.
But like majority of 2 episode arcs you could skip and not like miss a thing.
It's only a power up you would, but
yeah, if it was a power up, maybe.
But story wise, this is
you're not missing much.
But build has again, it's in the name. It's building. Yeah. Where it's all constructive. That while we have not reached a certain point, we're still getting to the climax of it.
Yeah.
And goddamn, we haven't even gotten there, ladies and gentlemen. If you're here, I'm writing this with you. I'm excited. I want to know what happens next.
Yeah, no, like we got 6 more episodes for the to finish off the first arc. So like, here we go. Okay, Bloodstark is a fantastic villain. Yes,
Yeah, no, he is very mysterious. Very mysterious.
Yeah.
Very typecasty, but yeah.
Yeah.
This is one.
If you donate to Project Build, I will engrave your name on the rabbit full bottle. If you donate 500, your name will be hidden in a henshin formula.
Brilliant.
Oh,
absolutely
man.
Brilliant. Comment of the night.
Yeah, that definitely deserves an award right there.
Sometimes I wish I could have like $50,000 to drop just to be like, oh, the executive producer of Spoons, where are they now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like just because like obviously it's like no, like knowing how the real world works, it's like no, like I'm not gonna drop $50K on a fundraiser. But if I was rich enough that I could with impunity, like,
if we had money to burn, like definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
I love that Robot Chicken skin where like this dude lights a dollar bill on fire and like in order to light up his cigars, like I got millions of these.
Only $1, bitch! I'd pull out 100 and just there you go. That's burning talking money right there.
That's money to burn.
Yep.
While Heath Ledger's Joker literally burns money.
Mm-hmm. Burned his half.
Yeah. See, Banjo, you guys are fun. We like you too.
It writes itself.
Right? So Banjo. I like the way it sounds. Oh, that's it for the comments, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ding the bell icon down there in the lower right corner to stay notified for our latest videos. We do
Ultraman
Blazer on Tuesdays, Kamen Rider Gotcha on Wednesdays, Super Sentai King Hojer on Thursdays. Final episode of Power Rangers. It feels weird having it come out of my mouth. Final episode of Power Rangers this Saturday at
For now.
8:30 p.m.
For now.
I'm not counting remakes. Like, this is the final episode.
Not to make this video longer than it needs to be, but I'm like,
I mean, RPM ended, and then what happened?
Yeah,
RPM
yeah. I mean, the thing is, I'll be like, look, I'll say it. If they try to make like their own Ranger series, as they have been saying that they want to, can we expand on other teams? I'm kind of at the point that I'm burned out on Mighty Morphin.
Yeah.
Do we need to keep revisiting these people? I'm like, what about Time Force?
Jungle Fury.
Jungle Fury? What about the SPD? I mean, we already had SPA. You could make a precursor to SPD.
New Tech City was name dropped in the previous episode.
Yeah, you could. So there's so much that I'm like, can we get more story building on other? Hell, give me a series of like how Ninjor became, how he met Zordon, how he became the creator.
You know what episode of Power Rangers is severely underrated? Like in the whole 30 seasons, you know what episode is under a lot of people's radars? Sorcerer of the Sands.
That one is
on Lightspeed Rescue.
Oh.
There's so much to that episode, and I hated the fact that I was never able to properly catch that episode when it first aired on Fox Kids. I had to watch it on a rerun on Jetix. But it was so good, man.
Yeah, can we just focus on other things than like the original 5 teens with probably no attitude? Personally, I mean,
yeah,
seriously,
actually, you know, what'd be interesting if there was
they are too saved by the bell for their own good.
You know, what'd be interesting if there was a team from the 70s that had ties to that old dude from the Sada in the Turbo season finale, where it's like, you know how like Justin whispers something to the old guys, like to Eltar, I'll get you a rocket right away. It's like, I want to know more about this. It's like,
yeah, no, they need to know. They need to expand.
What are they, like the unit of Power Rangers?
Yeah.
I got Dr. on my mind. I was just watching the special. So yeah.
Yeah.
The side is basically they're the unit of Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have
and of course you guys can watch Kamen Rider Build on Sundays at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, where next week we're going to be covering episodes 11 through 16, thus concluding the first arc of the entire season. And when I say the following week, we're going to be doing the winter film just in time for actual Christmas.
Oh, the winter film. It's actually right around the time of the Gotchard Geeks winter film.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah,
time for it.
Yeah, damn straight. And if you want, and check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show, where we do movie reviews and video game news. And this Monday at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern, we'll be covering the 1996 film Doctor Who, the movie, in honor of the 60th anniversary of the Doctor Who franchise. And you can believe me when I say there's going to be a lot of parallel references between Kamen Rider and Doctor Who, since both shows got canceled in 1989. And they both, to some extent, got it. Well, one got remade, the other got rebooted in 2005. So,
yep. They've had a very interesting, almost parallel.
Yeah, they ended in 1989. They had movies in the 90s.
They were not sure if they were going to come back or if the populace would accept it. But apparently, lightning struck both in England and in Japan, and it's continued on ever since, for good or worse, depending who you are and if you are a Whovian.
Yeah, and if you want to check out our personal content, you can find Steve
over here at my Instagram at the Sin Prince. I post a lot of just random clips and videos, some artwork, and obviously commissions are always welcome.
Awesome. And Jared?
You can find us over at Henshin Gate. We got a lot of stuff to say about Gotchard and King Oger.
Oh boy.
Oh, King O's, you're so goddamn good. We got obviously anime. We're just closing out the year with Goku-sen, the anime series, and then we're doing K-pop.
Nice.
Mm.
Yeah, and you could find me on Instagram at Boke_Kabuto and on Twitch at twitch.tv/BrokenKabuto. January, I'm going to get back to streaming. The real
Mega Man!
Mega Man!
Get back to the rock, man.
G Warrior. Access. Good times.
Very
And
fun.
so for those of you who watch us on both channels, we'll see you all tomorrow on the Buttery Show. For those of you who are strictly on the Morphin Network side of things, we'll see you guys on Tuesday. But until then, stay safe, stay hydrated, update emergency kits. Don't let the Christmas carols torture you while you're out holiday shopping for those special loved ones. Make sure you have a safe Hanukkah. Tonight's night number 4, I think.
4.
Yeah, 4. Yeah, and yeah, hug your loved ones, and we wish you all a happy holidays as they are continuing to progress. Have a good one, guys. Bye.
Be safe, everybody.
Peace.